Hi, my name is Peyton Lake and welcome to Create Obsession. In this video, I'm showing you 6 of my top crochet hacks. Number 1, try out different hooks. When I first started crocheting, I had no idea that there were different crochet hooks. I just thought they were all the same. But they are very different and they perform very different. My favorite are Susan Bates because it picks up those stitches and holds them securely. Number 2, ignore the hook size recommended. On this one, it's 4. It's recommending a 5mm. This yarn is also a gauge 4. It's recommending a 5.5mm. And that's because it's not an exact science. You can literally use whatever hook works best for you. If you have trouble making your stitches too tight, you can use a bigger hook size and make your stitches a little bit looser for you to crochet back into. Number 3, if your yarn is getting away from you, use more fingers to wrap your yarn around and weave it through so it slows it down. I always have yarn at least wove through my pinky and then I keep it on top. But with this one, I'm probably gonna have to crochet it like this just because that gives me better control and that will help with my yarn not falling apart because you do need tension on this whenever you're crocheting. Number 4, uniform up your stitches by stitching around the whole thing. If you got a bunch of jagged stuff, put a border around it. This is what it looks like right now. Got a couple of puckers. Let's see what it looks like in a bit. Number 5, ditch the plastic needles, use metal. This hack is for anyone weaving in yarn when you're done and you want to finish off your projects. I used to use plastic ones just because I didn't want to invest in a metal one, but they slide through your yarn a lot better than the plastic ones do. And if you're working with a coarser or stiffer type of yarn, it's harder to slide in the plastic because it bends, whereas if you had a metal, it just slides through so much better. I'm just saying. Number 6, ditch the stitch counter and just use what you got. Seriously, it may be better. I found that because these are rubbery, not only do they make it hard to crochet back into the stitch, but they're really inconvenient to take apart and put back together. So instead of this, what I recommend is if you have bobby pins, you can slide a bobby pin in, and it is so much easier to slide that bobby pin out, slide the bobby pin back in. For a while, I didn't even use things like this. If I was counting my stitches, I literally took yarn, cut it up, boom, just like that, and guess what I did? I inserted it as if I was counting a stitch. So I took that yarn, I put it right there, and I said, oh, this is, in fact, the very stitch that I need to mark. And then I would just go on my merry life, and I'd just be humming along, la 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 la. And then I'd be like, oh yeah, there's that stitch. If you have yarn, just cut up yarn. If you have bobby pins, use bobby pins. Even if you don't want to cut yarn, you could just take your yarn, insert it just like this. Okay, and now say we've got to come along, we've got to make a few more stitches. 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 3 stitch, another one. Boom. Now, with one piece of yarn, I can still use this, didn't even cut it. I'm marking 2 different stitches. So again, stitch markers, not so great. Bobby pins, yarn, continuous yarn. Let me know in the comments below if you have a recommendation also for counting stitches or how you count yours. That's all I have for this video. Let me know in the comments below if you have any thoughts or questions, and I'd love to see you in the next video. So like, subscribe,